Hello, my loves. What's going on? Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads. Happy full moon to everybody. Yay! I am feeling pretty good today. Some full moons, I have a lot of energy. I'm on a high. I haven't been able to sleep the last couple of nights. Other full moons, I'm a little more mellow and calm. And this one, I'm kind of feeling a little bit balanced. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. How are you guys feeling? I'm curious. I've talked to a couple of people and it's been 50-50. Some people are like, yeah, I'm feeling great. And some people are like, whoo, this moon didn't hit me. Thanks for joining, everybody. Please share this video on your page in your magical groups. If you're catching the replay on YouTube, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. So we are going to talk 3 tips for an effective ritual. And I know a lot of you are probably getting ready to start your ritual work. Some of you probably have already started it. I know I talked to some people that started last night and you still have plenty of time. So especially if you're new, if you're a beginner on this journey, if you're new to magic, before you do anything tonight, you might want to listen to these tips. And even if you're not new, this may help you before your ritual, okay? And if not for this ritual, this is definitely going to help you moving forward and performing your spells. Thanks, guys. Hey, Sheila. All right. So first and foremost, and you guys hear me say this all the time, and probably any other practitioner you talk to, we always talk about the importance of clarity in your petition writing. And oftentimes we tend to either get what we want when we do a ritual, we get 70% of what we asked for, or the whole thing just kind of crashes and burns and nothing manifests. And a lot of that goes back to how you wrote your petition, how you worded it, where were you clear on, were you internally clear as well as mentally clear? Because sometimes what happens is we are asking for certain things and we don't feel like we deserve them. Or we're asking for certain things and we'll say, well, I'll settle. I really want this, but I'll settle for that. And you know, what happens is that confuses the universe. That confuses the energy that you are sending out. So it's like if you go to the bank, you go up to the bank teller and you tell the bank teller, I need to take out $100. Oh, well, no, I need to take out $5. Well, actually, let me get 20. I'm okay with 20. That bank teller is going to look at you like, what do you, in fact, get out of my line because you don't know what you want. And the universe will respond in a similar way. So this is why your petition is very important, okay? Now with petition writing, there's 3 different ways that I like to look at a way to write an effective one. And I'm going to go over those because it also depends on what you're trying to manifest. So what works for me is a couple of things. Option 1 is writing your petition out in a list. Just listing what it is that you need. And an example of that would be, let's say $250 for the car note. I need $100 to get some school shoes for the kids. I need whatever it is. And it's just in a list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever that is. Boom, 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 boom. Very clear. I always recommend the best way to start your petition off, regardless of which format you use, is, hey, Ebony, I am so happy and grateful for receiving, and then you can write your list there. That's a very common one, and it's very effective because, of course, we absolutely always want to come from a place of gratitude, and we want to be thankful for the things that we receive before we receive them. Why? Because they're already ours. All we're doing is sending that smoke signal. We're sending, remember my video? What we're doing is we're putting that order in with Amazon, and we're just waiting for it to be delivered to us. So starting off with I am so happy and grateful is one way. When you are writing your petitions, again, you are commanding something to come into your life, and commanding is different versus pleading. So when you write your petition, we want to avoid using words negation. Want, I want to have, take that out because you'll continue to want what you're wanting, okay? Please send me. That's okay, but it's not the most effective magical keyword terminology to really get what you want quick. Because remember, we want fast results. We live in this instant world where everybody wants instant gratification. And how you word things will play a part in how quickly or how slowly the results you want manifest. When commanding a situation, so maybe you have a boss that's kind of just been on you for a couple of weeks and you want to sweeten them up, or maybe you want to be selected for a bonus or raise at work or a job interview, or you are trying to gain someone, you want your partner to be more open to communicate with you, or whatever it is. You can always write, I command the person's name to, be nicer to me at work, type of thing. Or I command whoever the person's name is to open and honestly communicate their feelings with me. You see what I'm saying? Is this making sense, y'all? Let me know if this is making sense. Another way to write your petition is in paragraph form. And if you guys see me looking over here, I have notes because I'm trying to keep this video short. Writing it in paragraph form. So with the I am so happy and grateful for, or I openly receive. Receive is a beautiful word to use when you're writing your petitions. I am openly receiving, or I have received the bonus at work. I have received the student loan debt paid off. You see what I'm saying? I have passed my real estate exam and now I am a licensed realtor. So you can write it in sentence and paragraph form. It can still be short and sweet. Some people feel differently. I'm not for putting a 5-page petition on the altar. I'm not saying that doesn't work, but we want to keep it simple. Sometimes the simplest things tend to be the most effective, okay? I can tell you guys right now, my goal is to keep this video at 10 minutes. Now, I'll probably retain most of your attention. But if 3 hours later I'm still talking, y'all gonna be asleep. So you have to think about that with the universe. Be very quick and simple and to the point. What is it that you want, okay? Another way to write your petition is, this is really important. You have to figure out, should it be open-ended or should it be very detailed? And the first step to figuring that out is knowing exactly what you want, having clarity of what you want. And sometimes it's hard to do a ritual and it's hard to have clarity when you're not sure, like, where am I in life? What am I doing? What do I want? So open-ended, and I'm going to give you 2 examples of this. I'll start with the detailed one. The detailed one would be, I am so happy and grateful for being approved for my homeowner's loan. I am moving into a beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse with a 2-car garage. All of my monthly expenses will be paid for. I will have hardwood floors, washer and dryer, an ensuite, and da-da-da-da-da-da. That's detailed. That's when you know exactly what you want. I want a front yard, I want a backyard, I want a den, whatever. When you're doing things like that, so maybe a home or an apartment or an office space, you want to be very detailed because you want to make sure that you get all the necessities that you want. When you are being open-ended, for example, a road opener. So maybe you're at a place in life where you're like, I'm not really sure what I want, but I need some opportunities. I'm in a place where I really need a job right now. I'm not tripping on the type of job, but I know I need to make this amount of money. I'm only willing to travel this far from home, and these are the hours I want to work, and I'm just going to put that out there and see what the universe presents me. So that's the difference of being open-ended and being very detailed. One thing I stress a lot in class, and in last week's class, people are saying, I want to manifest money. Okay, that's great. What kind of money? Do you want to manifest $100 to pay a bill, or are you trying to manifest a $50,000 raise at your job? Is the money coming from a lawsuit? Is it a court case? Is it your child support? Is it alimony? Is it from work? Is it from your business? So you have to really kind of fine tune those details, because you can ask for things and they can come, but they may not always show up in the most pleasant way. We're not trying to manifest a large sum of money from some tragedy, okay? Or some 2-year-long drawn-out lawsuit. If we can avoid it, I'll say that, because, that can be a blessing in disguise also. But if we can avoid it and really manifest things quickly from a place that the money isn't a result of a suffering, then that's a little bit more ideal, okay? This takes me to tip number 2, your life's purpose. And when you're working in, or if you're on your correct spiritual journey or your life's purpose, it's a lot easier for you to manifest the things that you want because they will be aligned for you and aligned to you. So what I mean by that is we live in a world where we have been conditioned, especially if you're here on the West, that you go to school, you hope to get into college, you get a college degree, you get a great job or you start a business and you live happily ever after. Well, we all know that that's not always the case. And even people that are working in their desired field sometimes aren't happy. And what tends to happen is you either, so for some people, you work 10, 20, 50, 30 years, and then you realize you have this spiritual awakening and you realize like, wow, I've been doing this, but this isn't really what I want to do anymore. Or it's not serving me. Or you retire, or you get laid off, and then you're like, what do I do with myself now? Back when I was, in my 20s and working in the medical field, I've always practiced magic. I never thought when I was 23 years old that I would be doing something like this. My magic was just, it was mine, and maybe some of my friends that needed spells done. And now here we are 10 years later, and I'm like, I can't even imagine going back to the medical field because I'm at a different place in life. I'm older now. And that happens for a lot of people. I know a ton of people that have college degrees, master's degrees. They're not even working in what they went to school for because they're like, that's not my life's purpose. And everything they keep trying to do constantly keeps pushing them back and it's not working for them. So it's like, well, I'm hitting roadblocks, I'm hitting blockages. No, you're trying to do something that's not really aligned with where you're supposed to be. And that's why you're having this struggle. So we talk about having clarity. We talk about, that's why Coach Khayr stresses getting your natal chart done. He did my natal chart when I was 27, 28. Told me that I was going to be moving and doing all this, and I was like, I'm not moving, and what are you talking about? Well, come 29, it happened. So understanding what your life's purpose is based on your where the stars were aligned when you were brought up, okay? Getting tarot readings done, figuring out where you're at and where you're supposed to be. That's something that we're going to be doing in class tonight, which is something I've never done, but we figured since it is the beginning of the year, everyone who comes to class, we're going to do your 2020 predictions because a lot of you are ending 2019 and we're a couple weeks away from 2020 and you want to do something new, but you're not sure what that is, or you're not sure if the endeavor that you're getting ready to embark on is really going to be the right step for you. Because let's face it, none of us are getting any younger. Who wants to waste another year hitting roadblocks and obstacles if you can avoid it? So we're doing card readings tonight, predictions. Come to class, bring your birth chart. If you don't know your birth chart, find out your birthday. I'm joking, but at least know your birthday and come with your questions, and we will be pulling cards to help answer those, to help you figure out if what you're getting ready to do or what your plan is, or help you figure out what you should be doing for a prosperous 2020. Okay, tip number 3 is knowing and learning your spiritual tools and what works best for you. So I'm a master in candle magic. That's what works for me. I have a friend that sigils. She does sigils and like this, boom, boom, boom. She don't even light candles anymore because her sigils work best for her. Ebony, is this a continuation class from last week? Yes, this is. It's kind of a part 2. The difference is we're doing predictions and we're doing card readings, and everybody's questions will get answered. So we're not leaving class this time because some people felt like some of their questions were missed or answered. We're not, class won't be dismissed until everybody gets the answers that they need. So you're going to get a reading and you will get an individual ritual for the question that you're asking in an astrology forecast from Khayr. So that's how we're going to roll with that. Knowing your spiritual tools. So understanding, should you be practicing candle magic? Sometimes candles don't work for people. Maybe that's not your spiritual tool. Maybe you are somebody that should strictly be meditating or should strictly be working with the ocean element or the earth element. Maybe you're a kitchen witch. Maybe sigils, like I was saying, is what works for you. Maybe crystals, making crystal grids is what works best for you. Maybe working with certain type of talismans on your altar is what works best for you. Altars can be set up differently. There's an abundance of different tools out there. Maybe some people are working with deities and gods and goddesses that aren't really aligned properly for them. Or for example, I'm going to go to Buddha for some money spells, but I'm not going to go to Buddha to try to manifest a new partner. Okay. Some of you that have blockages should be working with someone like Ganesha or someone like Elegua to remove obstacles. I'm not going to petition Aphrodite for money to get my car fixed. That's not what she does. The goddess of love is not a fortune goddess. She's not going to be able to help me because that's not the energy that she resonates at. So understanding what tools you're using, and then specifically the timing. For me, I was born on a Sunday. So doing spell work, lighting my ritual candles on Sunday, it's what's most effective. That may not be the same for you. I could light a money candle on Sunday and it works great. And you could light one and it does nothing, but you light it on Tuesday and then all of a sudden you get a call and your job is like, hey, we need you to come in for 10 extra hours this week. So understanding what your tools are, what's effective for you, how and when to use them properly, you will see such a shift. And this is another reason why I decided to do the first class of 2020 now in 2019, the last couple weeks of December, so that you'll have time to get your tools, figure out what works, and you can already get your ritual started. We have an eclipse coming, I believe. When is the eclipse, anybody? I think it's on Christmas, or is it Christmas Eve? If somebody knows, type that down in the comments, but I believe it's on Christmas. So what ritual will you be doing for the eclipse? Most people aren't even thinking about that because everyone's, you got the holidays and Santa Claus and all that stuff, but are you going to take advantage of this energy? I know I will. Besides, I'll be with my family on Christmas, but you best believe between the time I wake up and the time I go to bed, I'm going to have 15 minutes to sit at my altar and use that eclipse energy. Now, I won't get into that. We'll talk about that in class. A lot of practitioners are against doing spell work during an eclipse. Coach Khayr, for one, especially if you're new. But there are some things that you can practice safely. So if you're a newbie, and a lot of the information I'm giving to you, this might be a little more advanced. But if you're a newbie on your spiritual journey, you should definitely come ask the questions about just how to critique your rituals. Maybe you did a candle last month and it didn't work. Let's figure out why. And let's tweak that a little bit so that moving forward, everything you want manifests like this. My goal for you guys is to start the first 90 days off of 2020 having more success than you've had in the entire year of 2019. That's my goal for myself, and that's my goal that I'm setting for everybody else that I want to work with. Why? Because I love you and I want to see everyone be successful. We're all in this together. So those are my 3 tips. I hope this is helpful. Tonight's class starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. It is $26. The link to register is selfdiscoveryclass.info. I have never done a class like this before, and I'm only doing the predictions for 2020 because we're at the beginning of the year. So I will not be doing this for any other classes moving forward. Come get your reading. Come get your astrology reading. Come get your game plan for 2020. Come get your ritual. So let's all be successful together, okay? Thank you so much. Please share this video. I love you guys, and I will see everybody tonight in class.